Having headaches of creating 3D models for your business? Well, perhaps you will get excited with this tool because it can solve some of the fundamental issues of having the resources to create 3D models. When I was working on my own startup 10 years ago, working with 3D printing and creating 3D models was quite a heavy task for me to handle because I was just so excited to have a model and 3D print it out and show the result. But 3D modeling was back then for me quite a heavy resource, heavy task. So having a tool available like this, what I'm going to show you now, is quite amazing. The cool thing about this tool, Kaedim, is that it allows to create 3D models out of a simple 2D images. So you can basically find whatever image online, or even cooler thing that is possible today is using tools like Midjourney to generate images, and you can create hundreds of images and find the right ones that are suiting for your project, put them in here into Kaedim and make 3D models out of those. Traditional way of doing a model, like a concept of an item, can take hours, many hours, or maybe even days to create some conceptual 3D models. But with this tool, you have a simple pipeline of how to create a 3D model within few hours. And that is amazing. And it takes almost zero effort once you have nailed down the creation of 2D images, if you're going to be going through the process as creating images from tools like Midjourney. So this is the first page that you enter when you go to kaedim3d.com. I'll link the link below so you can go and test it out yourself. Log in with your preferred options here, and you will have access. So this tool is not for free. You will have to pay to use it. Once you are logged in, you are basically ready to start right away. It's so fast to start generating 3D models that it's a bit mind-blowing. So avoid all the hassle of having freelancers or using a lot of resources on 3D modeling yourself. Here you have a simple way to go from 2D image to 3D model. Once you're logged in, you can go into create if you want to start create right away. Here you can upload image or several images that will be used to create the 3D model. And it is as easy as drag and drop. And what's possible is just to find a regular image of an object that you would like to create online. So basically what I did is here interesting, this robot here, Atlas 2, that recently got revealed by Boston Dynamics. Take an image like this, and this is just a front image. There's no image from the back. So I uploaded this image. So this is the magic. Out from this image, you can create a 3D model like this. And the generation of this model took just a couple of hours. Another image that I found online is of the motorbike, picture from one side, and getting 3D model like this out of it. Look at this. Isn't it amazing? If I had to create a 3D model of this, it would take me many hours, because this is a fairly complex assembly that you have to create, but with this tool you can do it. And the way they do it, what they refer to as a machine learning with a team. So they will take an image and they will create a rough model of that, probably with some kind of generative AI behind it, and then they will use their team experts to clean up the model and deliver it to you. Another interesting item here is this one, an airplane, a concept of an airplane. You can pick different levels of detailing when you're creating a model. You can choose a standard model, a high detail, and ultra high, and it costs accordingly higher, depending on the detailing degree that you want out of the model. So it's quite interesting. If you want a fast prototype, then perhaps 1 credit could be enough. If you want a bit more detail, you could add details with 2 credits. And if you want a lot of details, you can pick an ultra generation here. So the best workflow to save a lot of time on the concept design of a 3D model. For instance, this bike. With tools like Midjourney, I can create tens or hundreds of images of different bike designs, and then I can pick best 3 models that I like out of still just a simple 2D image, and then upload them to here to Kaedim and make generation of a 3D model. And suddenly I have something that can be rendered, right? We can create some stunning images of this model, because once it's created, we can take it further to other tools that can render images to create it stunning, or maybe even do some animation, motion videos out of those 3D models. Or if it was some game assets, it could go into the game. Important to distinguish here, this is not a dimensional precise items. The best use case scenario is for something like concept design, or perhaps in game assets or video creation. Maybe you're going into Unreal Engine and creating some video film animations. There you can create those items and they will be perfectly used for that kind of use cases. It's amazing. And even further, it's possible to add some textures. The way I like to visualize these items here is by showing the wireframe. Then we can see a bit more detailing, and you can see there's a bit more squares on the facial parts to make it more details there. And we have this airplane here. Look at this. Here is the model of Atlas 2, which is just created from a single front-facing image. This is amazing. It took me almost zero effort to make this. So what's also possible in this tool is to create an image projection to add some texture on top of this model. So if your original image has some colors to it, so you can project those colors onto the model to make a simple visualization of textures. So it's possible to create image projections, so you can pick front and back, and this will be projected on the model. So beside image projection, it's also possible to mark colors on top to make a simple coloring of the model as well. So we could pick colors like this and add them to the model to make a fast coloring options for the motorbike here. And let's see what options we have to export this file here. Then you can download it in various formats, and here you can see different formats that are available to download the model. And if you wanted to go for something like 3D printing, for instance, you could pick an OBJ and then take it further to your 3D printing software and slice the model and 3D print it. And isn't it amazing? And within a day, you could have several prototypes on a conceptual level that are 3D printed, that you can hold in your hands, show it to your team. Creating assembly like this from bottom up would take days. And now it's available within hours. So imagine, with the speed of AI developing, how fast can we generate models like this and implement them into the workflows, whether you're doing product development, game development, or video development. This is just mind-blowing. Just wanted to show you the different pricing options that they have available. So 300, 1200, 4000, and for enterprise you can talk to the team directly, and respectively you get more and more credits for depending on which plan you choose. And there's some other benefits as well. I believe it's also faster to make models when you go in a higher tier of the membership. Basically, for 1 credit, for $20, you can create a model, a simple model. So that's what it costs. And I would say it's definitely worth it. It's available at the fingertips. It's very simple to just jump into it, upload an image, and you get a 3D model within an hour or two. Let me know what you see of interesting workflows that can be disrupted with a tool like Kaedim 3D. I'm excited to hear from you. Looking forward to see you in the next video.